How are you this week, Lee? Welcome aboard.
Maxie, hello. I am here. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. Another busy week.
Busy week. I'm
There's a lot
laughing to
going on.
myself because I'm forgetting that we're, the YouTube people. This is being videoed. So I'm
Hello,
sitting there in the
YouTube.
background thinking, like in my own little world, forgetting that this is being videoed. You're trying to read the intro, wrestling the cat because
Yeah,
Nala wants to be.
I know it's all happening today, but
Tell me
it's
what,
it's 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 real.
one
It's
day when we've
authentic.
got the studio and all the stuff, we're going to miss this. We're going to
Yeah,
miss all this.
I
So
know. One
no,
day.
we're back. It's what we're well, it's early doors. It's only 8 a.m. for me, 9 for you,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's Thursday,
day before podcast day.
day before podcast day,
So
and
only
this will
between fire shifts. So
yeah,
yeah, we have to get it done today, which is good
yeah.
because past tense. When this goes live, you would have had a fair few meetings
I've
today,
got
which
a
we'll talk
lot of
about.
meetings in the next 24 hours. So let's get cracking then,
Let's get
Maxie.
cracking.
Quote,
So
quote of the week. What do we
it's
got?
a big week this week, Lee.
Mm,
So the quote this week is: "There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind."
so true.
That is very true.
Always look to the future.
You know when it's a good quote when you do see a lot of people that do follow
Mm,
Live Learn Survive do share that some of the quotes that we put up on the Motivational Monday. So yeah, it's a really
yeah,
good one this week, and I
I love that.
hope someone takes something away from
Yeah,
it.
when someone sees it and it strikes a chord with them and they share it, that's the best thing we can, that's the nicest compliment you can give somebody. So
That's great.
excellent. So, righto then. So let's get straight into it, Maxie. Good news. We
Good
must have
news of the
some
week.
good
We've got
news
some
of the
good news
week.
this week, Lee. Yeah, so it's good news this week, Lee. There's a couple of
Yep.
things I got written down here, and I'm sure you
Okay.
got some stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Something you don't know that I've been trying to do the last couple of weeks
Oh,
is get my head around Sudoku. So what I did, I bought myself a Sudoku book,
oh my
not an
word.
app. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all pen and paper
Yes.
book, and I've been chipping away at that. And I know it's when I say good news. Why is it good news? Well, I completed my first one without having a look at the answers and looking to see if I've done the mistake. So
Proud.
I,
Maxi,
yeah,
that is,
I was
they're
very
not
happy with
easy.
myself. They're not easy, and once you start coming up with this, everyone's got their own little way of
Mm,
doing them. But
mm,
yeah, I've worked out a little formula, and it makes it a lot easier. So
yeah.
I
They're
managed to get my
really
first
good.
one done, which
They're
I
really
know.
good for you. You know, they'll use it or lose it. They're
Yeah,
really
so
good. They're really good for you. Andrew is a bit of a Sudoku. No,
yeah,
or Sudoku.
Sudoku. Yeah, so it's a bit
Um,
random, but I thought
he
it's good
does his
news.
on his phone. He's got it on an app.
I've completed my first one. I completed my
Mm,
first one. So
okay. Well,
um,
excellent. Go you.
yeah, and I've got a couple of little things here.
Hmm.
I was saying before, the meetings and planning is going well for Feb.
Yes.
It's very exciting for this 29th of February event.
Hmm.
I know how much work you've been putting in the last couple of weeks with your speech. When you said you got through 500-600 words the other day, and you still got
No,
another week to go.
4,000, Maxi.
No, but as in, you remember you
Hey,
said the first half of it, you
yeah,
smashed it out of the park. So
yeah. Five or
it's
six.
4,000 words, but I mean the first,
Yeah.
you're getting there. So that's good.
I was very, very happy. And then the next time you do it, you fall a bit, but it's like you just gotta take those little wins as you're going along.
100%.
So
It's
yes,
good
I know.
stuff.
Hmm.
What have you got, Lee?
So I just found a nice little story on the internet about a bus driver. There's some cool people in society, and we talked about a young girl that helped with the bus a few weeks ago. Anyway, this is a lady, the bus driver lady, um, 8 months pregnant. Basically, she's in Milwaukee. Her name is Imyanek Williams. A young lady could smell burning, then realizes it's coming from her bus, and she's driving the school bus. So she pulled over 2 blocks away from the school. Basically, 8 months pregnant, she evacuated and got all 37 kids off the bus. Good as
Well,
gold.
that's
What a
amazing.
hero. 15 to 30 seconds after the last one was off the bus, The bus
And they go
went
quick when
into
those buses
flames.
go up too.
Yeah,
They go up
30
very
seconds
quick.
later, went into flames. So first responders were there, put the bus out. All the kids were okay. Mum and baby were taken to hospital for a checkup. They were all good too. What a hero.
What a legend. So
So
well
yeah,
done.
bus driver
Um,
saving the day. Hmm.
yeah, the bus drivers, they're all over it. The backbone of our countries, they are. They're smashing it. So I've got an incident here as well. Talking about people that go in and help people and stuff. You always need to have situational awareness and risks and hazards. But a group of bystanders on an inland waterway. So remember, it's not just beaches where people drown. People drown inland as well. Come together to rescue a child who was in distress. Recognizing the urgency, they formed a human chain and safely pulled the child to the bank. The collective quick thinking and teamwork showcase the power of community and vigilance, turning what could have been a tragedy into a testament of human compassion and solidarity. So it's
Amazing.
awesome that they all linked arms, or however they did the chain. But couple of things with that is awesome that community come together to do that. But you need to still understand that there is risks and hazards involved in doing that as well when you don't have a flotation device. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a good story. The kid was saved and no one got in trouble. But sometimes in those situations, you just need to be prepared.
This time it was lucky. It could have ended badly. I
Could
think
have
that's
could
what
have
you're
been a
saying.
number
Yeah.
of people missing or in trouble. So hats
Hmm.
off to them for rescuing the
Yes.
kid. But just remember that, especially in rivers, fast flowing water, you might have someone within that chain that is not a good swimmer or lose their balance, and then the whole chain ends up getting washed
Yeah.
away. But it was a good news story,
Exactly.
so I wanted to share
Exactly.
that.
Good news. A survival. Excellent. Excellent. Brilliant, Maxi. So what do we got next? What are we on
Job of
to?
the week.
Job of the week.
Yeah, it's been very busy
It's been a
this
big
week
week.
with
Mm.
lifeguarding and firefighting. We probably had one of the busiest, or when I say probably the biggest rescue I've done in the last couple of years. The other day, I was on the jet ski and I was doing a bit of training, and it was 6 to 8 foot surf. The currents were pushing, pulling, and ironically, 3 people that were pool lifeguards jumped into a rip down the south corner.
Wow.
And noticing that, the Bondi Central, Will Bigelow messaged me or radioed and said, there's a couple of swimmers that you need to go move out of the water. And went down there. Sure enough, by the time I got down there, did a full circle around them. They got stuck in the river and got sucked out. Had to rescue them. They were very lucky. I was quite tested on the jet ski because as I was drifting in, I was getting to the sandbank and,
Yeah.
it was had to handle the jet ski. You got 3 patients, you got a 200, 300 kilo jet ski, and you got 6 to 8 foot waves pounding on a sandbank. It can be quite stressful. So I managed to get them all in, but yeah, it was a big, big rescue. And then with the fireys yesterday, unfortunately, went to a job where, unfortunately, medical tragedies or accidents do happen. And we do talk about seizures in the past with some of the videos we've done with first aid and how to treat them. And unfortunately, a lady was FaceTiming with a friend, having a chat, and started having a seizure. And the friend did the right thing, called 000 and asked for an ambulance. But in the process of the person having a seizure, because there was no one there to monitor her airway, as she was having the seizure, when she fell asleep or passed out, she was kind of slumped over, similar to what happens to people in car accidents when they've had an accident and they're unconscious, and then you block your airway. So unfortunately, her airway was blocked and she stopped breathing. And fireys got there. We got there, and us and another fire station, and we made entry and got into the notice that she was blue and not breathing, and pulled her onto the ground and started to work on her doing CPR. And yeah, unfortunately, she passed. But quick thinking from the friend to calling 000 and getting the emergency services on the road for us to be able to give her the best shot of surviving.
Yeah.
So a couple of lessons in that. If someone is having a seizure and you do witness it, obviously you let them have their seizure. There's not really much you can do. You can kind of place something behind their head, as in like a pillow, so they don't keep hitting their head on the ground. But you just kind of have to let it happen. And
Yeah.
then when they stop having the seizure and they are asleep and they're unconscious and they're just sleeping, or unconscious, roll them in the recovery position or monitor their airway. So, from one medical that can lead to another thing, unfortunately, this is the case. So,
Gosh.
yeah, it was a tough job. She was quite young too.
Yeah.
She was in her early 20s and she had 2 kids. So, it was a hard job, but the positive mindset is we gave her the best shot,
chance,
and we gave it a good crack. And
well,
I just
unfortunately,
hope
as we it's just like life is
very
not
precious.
fair and it's cruel, and that's just a horrible situation. So
and
thoughts for kiddies and her family, and I know that you and the guys will have given her every bit
chance,
of chance that she had. So well done to you and the team.
And another thing, sometimes those jobs impact first responders as well. The crew that did work on her, which is the other fire crew, a couple of those girls who are in the crew have kids of their own, and they're some of them, it's been their first resuscitation. So always checking in with people that always your first one's hard, but we're in a job where unfortunately we see these situations unfold, and we give them the best chance of a survival, and that's what happened yesterday. So that's it's a very unfortunate event that happened, but
tragic. And
just
and
look after yourselves.
thanks to all of you guys that the rest of us do get to sleep a little bit better at night, knowing that you're all on the end of the phone for that friend, because she would have been frantic too. So
exactly right. So the friend did really well getting us on the road, but again, someone needs to check on her. So I think it's the police or the family's role to do that. Unfortunately, as firefighters, we don't get the personal information to be able to chase that up, but there's people out there that do that stuff. So
Well, I know, Maxie, that you have back on shift tomorrow, and then you have also in the next few days some time on the beach as well.
Yes,
so,
a couple more days on the beach.
Knowing some of what you've encountered in the last 7 days, I hope the next 7 days are kinder to you, mate, because it's
I've had a busy couple of days, but it's like the grand final. This is the grand final for me every year. December, January. Every day I'll put on the blue shirt or the fire uniform or live, learn, survive. Like it's the job. It's what I do, and it's what I love to do. But
so my question to you is: are you okay? And when do you next go for a run?
Yes, I'm okay. And ironically, after this podcast, I'm heading down to Bondi, and we are versing. Some of the LA lifeguards have come over to race a few of the Bondi lifeguards, and I've been selected to do the run league, which is a K run, soft sand run. As well as the swim, paddle, and board rescue, and so on. So, a bit of exercise today. I'll probably get in the gym later on as well. So, keep the body moving, keep the mind healthy, fresh air, ocean.
A run on the beach, and go and have a bit of a swim.
It's very important.
Look after yourself too. So, massive respect, Maxie. It puts a lot of all the other things into puts it all into perspective when you. Listen to your your day at work, and So just look after yourself as well.
We'll do.
Okay.
Keep busy. All right. Unfortunate event.
Unfortunate event. How do you follow that? Goodness gracious.
So unfortunate, but we move on from that other unfortunate event. But this is a bit of tongue in cheek that we do every week.
And life does go on, and we have to all go on. So what have you got then, Maxie?
Well, I was mentioning Sudoku before. I still haven't learnt to not do it in pencil. I do it in pen every time. So when I stuff up, it's either scribbled everywhere or I can't correct my mistakes. So I just put a cross through the page and go on to the next one.
Oh, schoolboy.
So that's very unfortunate.
Pencil. Exactly.
Anyway,
Exactly.
What have you got?
Well, nothing too bad, other than that I'm doing this podcast flying blind because my Dropbox hasn't synced. So I don't know what like
Yeah.
we have a very simple one pager of notes, and I just said, look, I'll follow you, mate, because I can't see a thing.
Yeah. Well,
So
we're 15 minutes in. We haven't
we're
stuffed up
15
yet.
minutes in. I don't think anyone's noticed yet. So that's as much as it gets. Just nothing too drastic. But to be honest, I've hardly been out. I've not left the house, so really I shouldn't have been able to get away to too much damage.
I don't know, not
I
leaving
haven't left
houses.
the house.
Will
I'm like, if I've got into trouble in here, I'm like, there's
you
something
be leaving the
serious
house
on.
today and tomorrow? You got a couple of
Oh,
things
I am.
going.
I'm ready.
No, settle down.
I'm all over town today. I'm all over town today, and I'm all over the city tomorrow. So,
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
I'm ready. I'm ready to hit the streets. So,
All right. Well,
so yeah.
dad
So,
joke.
a dad joke. Okay, what do you got for me, Max?
Okay. Why did the fish blush?
Oh, I don't know. Why did the fish blush?
Because it saw the ocean's bottom. They're getting bad. They're getting bad.
They're getting bad. So, well, I've got you're gonna like this one because we are the Tub Appreciation Society. What do you call it when James Bond takes a bath? 007.
Bubble. That's good. That is good.
Good. So, anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did the firefighter bring a ladder to the bar?
Why did the firefighter bring a ladder to the bar?
Because he heard the drinks were on the house. Firefighter joke.
That's all your dreams come true. So anyway, I last one for you then, Maxie. Serious matter, police are very concerned about the large number of passengers at the airport smuggling helium-filled balloons into their luggage. Cases continue to rise.
I get it. Helium makes things. Yeah, I get it. That's a good one.
Airport cases.
Rise. I like it. All right. Well,
we've got to give the people what we want, Maxie. We've got to give the people what they want.
They're good. They're good.
Alrighty,
tip of the week. Yes, tip of the week this week, everyone. Before we roll out our online thing that starts on the 1st of Feb, it's river safety. So we're just talking Water Safety Wednesday this week, which was yesterday. Spoke about a couple of tips and tricks around river safety. And it's just important to make sure that you are safe around rivers, not just on the beaches, but rivers, pools, lakes, dams, bathtubs, water tanks.
Yeah. It's
watering
easy
holes
to get so focused around the beaches and all the rest of it, but because a lot of people live a long way from the beach.
Exactly right. So you just need to be safe around all types of waterways and be prepared and have situational awareness and know what the risks and hazards are. Yes. And if you're unsure, check out the Live Learn Survive YouTube, Instagram and Facebook. We've got Water Safety Wednesday every week, and we also have Fire Safety Friday every week as well. Some tips and tricks that you can kind of get every Wednesday and Friday to be able to make sure that you, your family and your friends stay safe at home.
Exactly. And I think one of the things you talk about, the banks of the rivers being slippy, and I think it's when you talk about
slips, trips and falls.
Slips, trips and falls. But also our friends in the UK, it's -5 in my hometown of Nottingham tonight. Ice. People are like slipping and sliding around. You don't need to be in summer for it to be happening. People be going for a walk, ice around. It's very slippy. So
and you might walk across iced over lake or river, or not so much river because it's flowing, but like a lake or a pool, and you might think it's quite thick. But
the edges, that's what happens. You see, the edges of the pond, the ice is really thick because it's shallower. And people think that it's, people even ice skate on them. People think that they can they get a couple of meters in, deeper water, ice collapses.
Not good.
Don't do it. Stay off it. So yes, and just while we're talking about that, Maxi, we recorded our last podcast and had our little rant about drownings on Saturday morning.
Hmm.
It's now Thursday. So what are we? 5 days later. There's been 8 drownings in those 5 days.
It's crazy. It's so sad.
Eight
And
drownings in
and
5 days in Australia.
and we always say, not every drowning is preventable, or
No,
ideally, every drowning could be preventable. But
but
yeah,
many of
obviously,
them are.
accidents do happen, and things happen.
Yeah,
But I guarantee, out of those 56 people so far that have drowned, I guarantee there'll be a fair few of them that could have been prevented, or it could have been, you
yeah.
know, there could have
Tra-
been a little bit more
tragically,
awareness around it.
yeah,
So
tragically, one I read yesterday was a young lady only married 3 days over in Australia
yeah.
on a honeymoon.
I know a police officer that had to go to respond to that and isn't investigating. So,
Yeah,
again,
tragic,
very
absolute
tragic for the
tragic.
family and stuff like that. And it's tragic from the circumstances for the first responder as well. So
Yeah,
you just need to just be careful around any sort of waterway. Don't think you're invincible. Don't think you're Superman or Superwoman.
hmm
Just have situational awareness, know the risks and hazards, and look after yourselves.
yeah, exactly. And get on our Live, Learn, Survive Facebook page because there are so many tips and advice on there. So yeah,
Good
well
stuff.
said, Maxi. So
Due to copyright infringements through
yeah,
YouTube, I can't play the song. But this week's song on the
mhm,
Live Learn Survive playlist on Spotify, if you're
yes,
looking for it, Live Learn
mhm,
Survive playlist. There's 181 songs on there. It's from people from all over the world giving their happy, feel good, go lucky songs. And this week is Oasis Wonderwall. I can't believe Wonderwall wasn't even on there. But yeah, Wonderwall's on there now.
more Oasis. I say
Great
the world
song.
needs more Oasis. So yeah, great song. So
Good
good one
stuff.
added to the list. And yeah, like I say, Maxi, cannot believe it wasn't even there. So
There we
good
go.
stuff.
All right.
Alrighty,
So,
so
random facts.
random fact. Okie dokie. What have you got?
All right, I just got a couple of random facts here, as we always
Okay,
say.
let's go.
A day on Venus is longer than a year. Venus has an extremely slow rotation on its axis, taking about 243 Earth days to complete one rotation, while its orbit around the Sun only takes about 225 Earth days. There you go.
Whoa.
The first computer programmer was a woman, Ada Lovelace, an English mathematician and writer, is recognised as the world's first computer programmer for the work on Charles Babbage's
Yes.
analytical engine in the mid 1800s.
Whoa.
There you go.
Amazing. Amazing.
Did you know there's an Italian village, Falciano del Masico?
Could you just do that for me
Oh,
again?
no, there's having a right with that there. So in the Italian village of Falciano del Masico,
Mm-hmm.
there was a law that banned residents from dying. The intention was to draw attention to the lack of cemetery space.
Oh,
So there's a ban on dying. Wow, I didn't know that was a
right.
thing.
I don't know how they placed that one. That'd be
And this one blew my mind.
tricky.
A small child could swim through the veins of a blue whale. Blue whales, the largest animals on Earth, have such large veins that a small child could theoretically swim through them. However, this is purely a hypothetical comparison, of
Whoa.
course.
That
And last one,
whoa. That's a good
pretty
fact.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The last one, the sound of a star. Stars don't just shine, they
Yeah.
also produce sound waves. These
Oh,
stellar
tell me what the star's
vibrations,
gonna sound like. I'm gonna
yeah,
go tell us.
these stellar vibrations are not audible to humans, but scientists can convert them into sound. The study, the composition of the sound, study of the composition of the stars. Yeah, it's a tongue twister. But yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Amazing. Speaking of stars, I've been chatting to our friend Laura. Laura in the observatory at LA. Did you see what she shared on her stories
I
about?
missed it. Was it black
Well, you've been busy.
sunspot?
No. We're not on sunspots at the moment. The magma in the Icelandic volcano. and Laura shared a heap of stuff, and it was like mind blowing. So we had just a little bit of chat, and said I miss
Yeah.
LA, and she said Australia's amazing. So we just had she sends her love. So incredible, great story.
What facts have you got this week?
Well, I just thought I'd do a bit of delving into, because there's this thing supposedly of this week called Blue Monday, and I thought, what is this? What is it all about? So, um, over 1.1 million times the hashtag Blue Monday has been used on social media. I've seen brands getting behind it. It's supposed to be the most depressing day of the year. So we're post, I don't know, your credit cards and bills are coming in from Christmas,
Yeah.
you're back to work and all the rest of it, and all the rest of it. But it turns out, Maxie, it was actually something that was only created in 2005, and it was done for a marketing company, for a travel company, in the quest to get people to book holidays.
There you go.
So there is, and don't quote me on this because I'm not a scientist, but from what I've seen in my research, there is no thing scientific to say.
So there's
So
no
people have
scientific
got it
test.
up and run with it, and we're all talking ourselves down. So, from what
Talk
I can
yourselves
find,
up.
it is a myth. So I've got is 5 things that are mood boosters. So
Yeah,
if you are
good stuff.
feeling that you've been reading Blue Monday, one, it's not always true. It's not a thing. So two, so it's basically what you've just said, Maxie. Work it out.
Yeah,
Even if it's
exercise.
-5, dress for the appropriate weather and get yourself a little bit of fresh air and go for a little bit of a walk. If you are in a house and you can't get out, light a nice candle. Make your home smell nice. Make the environment that you're in
Good
smell
tip.
lovely. Um, if you've got a pet, hug your pet. Who doesn't hug your pet? Maybe not Nala at the moment because she's trying to walk all over the table, but
Yeah,
sit down and hug your pet. Hug someone else. Be kind to someone. Start a conversation. Just how's your
yeah.
day? Could be someone even on the bus. And the other thing is smile and just have a laugh. So find something to read or find something to watch that will make you have a little smile. So just a few things there to just Blue
That's
Monday,
really
it was a marketing thing. And look, the interweb, everyone's picked it up and run with it. I've seen people, your Blue Monday recipe to make you feel better. Companies are like, it's trying to get you to book a holiday, people. Light a candle, make yourself laugh, read something nice, spoil yourself. Don't
that's a good
believe
tip.
everything you
Couple
read
of good
on the
tips there, Lee.
internet.
Thank you.
There you go.
Good stuff.
That's it. It's a myth. All right.
Right, wins of the week.
Okay. Whew, what do we got?
Yeah, wins of the week this week, Lee. I just got in the notes here that you can't see because it's
Surprise.
past tense. Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
How are the meetings? How are the
How are the
meetings?
meetings?
How are the meetings, Lee? Are they
Oh,
good?
Maxie, well,
Yeah.
look, they were fantastic. I headed off to some of our favourite people yesterday afternoon, and then this morning I was over in Parliament. Ooh, I don't know if I can say that, but I
Yeah.
did. So we're meeting some incredibly amazing people. This charity, I think one of my texts to you yesterday is thanks, Maxie. I don't know if I'm on my head or my backside because there's just so much happening. But people are buying tickets, people are getting on board. We're getting some great surprises that we can have as things on the night. So very very exciting. I'm not going to lie, absolutely terrifying. There might be, as we always said, 4 or 5 of us in the room. No, I think we could be better than that. But terrifying when you do these things. But as we all say, who dares wins.
Who dares wins. Exactly right.
Then when I bookended the office day, I got a small matter of the speech to learn. But that's going good. And tomorrow, I have what we call my no. Yes, it is tomorrow because it's a Friday, so that's going to be Saturday. Where am I? What's my name? So tomorrow I've got my first friendly where I'm going to stand up in front of a very small audience of lovely people who I know will be supportive and try and deliver as much of my keynote speech as I can without notes.
So good. Very, very proud. Good
Yes.
stuff.
So I will report back to everyone next week how we went, and
Happy
just
days.
exciting, busy, but as as we always say, Maxie, you want something done, give it to a busy person, and we do busy very well.
Exactly right.
So yeah,
Well,
excellent.
just before we go on reflection, the rule, you probably noticed that we've done back to back, myself and Lee, the last couple of weeks, but we're trying to get some guests in next week and for a couple of weeks. So bear with us. But yeah, we try and do 2 guests a month. But yeah, we're just slow start to January. It's busy start, but slow start to getting guests, and we'll just make sure that we get on top of that and we get
People
some
that aren't
interesting
in
people.
Australia that probably don't realise this is the equivalent of like the 6 week summer holiday in Australia. So there's many people not even back at work yet. There's started a few have come back this week, some are back next week. So yes, and we're not going to interrupt people on the holidays. So and we got plenty going on. So
We
we
do.
are
We
happy to
do.
share that. So all right, okie
All right,
dokie. So
reflection.
what's next then, Maxie? Reflection.
Yeah, reflection this week, Lee. In the mirror of self-reflection, we find the clarity to navigate landscapes of our own growth. So I went for a reflection quote this week instead of talking about something we have done in the past. I just thought it was just important to yeah, like it's a really cool thing. So I'll say it one more time. In the mirror of self-reflection, we find the clarity to navigate landscapes of our own growth. So we just
Excellent.
keep
That's
growing
good.
and
That's good. You
reflect.
know
It's
what?
always important to reflect.
And you can only start with yourself first. So mirror's a good place to start.
Help yourself, help others.
Exactly. All
And
righty. So
rule for the rule book.
last thing then, Maxie, rule. Mm-hmm.
Rule for the rule book this week: upskill and learn something new.
So important.
Upskill and learn something new. For me, it's been Sudoku. For
Yeah.
you, it might be running better. For sorry, not so much you, Lee, but so that came out wrong. I mean, for people listening or watching, I was all like, these are looking at me like, so yeah. So for me, upskilling Sudoku maybe.
I'm like, Maxie,
For Lee,
I can't take that on this week.
yeah.
No, sorry, you lost me then. So yes, learn something new. For you,
Yeah.
it may be running.
Yeah, for me, it may be running or Sudoku, but for others, it might be other things. So just learn something, upskill, and be the best versions of yourself. And one very wise person said to us was, "Every day is a school day."
Every day is a school day.
So
Exactly.
I love that. That's good.
Yeah, I do. And you're never too old to keep learning something new. That's what be curious, find something, learn about it. It's
100%.
awesome. It's awesome. It makes the time fly by.
Well, I need to get down to the beach. You need to go do some meetings.
I do.
I hope everyone enjoyed this week's episode. Stay safe, look after yourselves. If something in this podcast upset you when I was talking about the lifeguarding or firefighting, always talk to someone, reach out,
Yes.
and look after yourselves. Do some exercise, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
And just remember, there's no such thing as Blue Monday.
There is no such thing as Blue Monday.
There you go. It's interesting.
So yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
All right, Maxie, take care.
Okay,
Good
guys.
luck, and make sure the Bondi, the
Lifeguards
Bondi
get the
boys win over those LA boys. So
100%.
So we're gonna have Lauren back onto us. She'll be like, "Wait, what's going on?" So yeah, good stuff. Good luck, and have a great week, everyone. We will all check in later.
Sounds good. See ya.
Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.